Colombia hired 2 people to test gear in the most extreme conditions on Earth. These are those people. The directors of Toughness.
Okay, so it's taken 3 flights and a good few hours driving. I'm now in the back of a truck heading up to the first point of our hike. Never seen anywhere like this, it's amazing.
We are here in Colombia.
We've got a short jeep ride to reach the highest coastal mountain range in the world, and that's where our next testing mission is going to take place.
We're going into completely unknown territory for us and for foreigners, and I have no idea what lies ahead, and I'm pretty excited about that.
The mountains that we're going to be trekking in are looked after and inhabited by an indigenous tribe called the Kogi people.
The Kogi are very protective of their lifestyle, of their town, of where they live, and so we're going to go see if we're allowed to pass through their territory to get to the sacred lakes.
They've invited us up here. All we know right now is we have about 7 or 8 hours of hiking in the heat ahead of us today to get to the first Kogi village tonight.
The Kogi are an indigenous tribe who are descendants of the Tairona, who escaped into the Sierra Nevada mountains when the Spanish conquistadors came, and they've been living very similar to their original culture for hundreds of years.
How you feeling?
It is hot.
We're both, at the moment, begging for the rain. Apparently the rain comes in the afternoon, sort of 2, 3 o'clock.
This is pretty crazy. We got to the Kogi village after a good 7-8 hour hike.
It feels like you're going into a picture, a history book or something like that.
We've had a couple of Kogi guides thus far. We've just now met Edison in the village, who's going to be taking us up the mountain.
Edison let us know that there's a chance we won't be allowed, so we're meeting with the Mamo tomorrow morning, and we'll figure out whether or not we're able to continue up into the Sierra Nevadas.
The Kogis believe that these mountains are the beating heart of the universe and that they are her protectors. They have leaders within their tribes called the Mamos.
We're on our way to go meet with the Mamo today to find out if we're going to be allowed to hike any higher. Above the village is all sacred land, so we have to get permission.
Meeting the Mamo of this tribe was quite nerve-wracking. He'd clearly thought long and hard about whether to let us on the mountain or not. He gave us a few guidance notes to make sure we were safe up the mountain, and then he gave us some bracelets and blessed us with his permission to proceed.
When I asked him later actually why he allowed us to go up, it was because he said we didn't have any intentions of changing anything.
The other thing he said, which is really cool, is that he's really happy that we're here and that we're respecting everyone, and so that was good to hear.
After the ceremony, the Mamo wanted us to take a photo with him and his wife, and just realized there was an opportunity to go grab a Polaroid and give something almost instantaneous to them, and he seemed pretty excited about that.
Abi,
Hetagua.
Ogwa. It was good, right? They are a lovely group of people who are very interested and very intrigued in us, and I think it's fair to say that we are exactly the same with them.
So we've just been told by the Kogi people that they have a special dinner for us tonight, and they've been and found a pig, and they've asked that one of us is the one who kills it. So yeah, they've asked me to do it. I've accepted.
I don't eat meat, so it definitely wasn't fun to watch, but I think people should have a closer relationship with their food and see where it comes from.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal. It's not a nice experience, it's not that it's pleasurable, but we eat it, we're going to eat it. We've got our traditional Kogi meal. We've just cooked up some of the pork, yuca, and then possibly the best rice. It is perfect every single time.
The Kogi live the way they do because they want to, and I think being there you really see that. It's very rare to be able to visit them, so it felt like a huge privilege to be invited to do so. I've never seen a community like that. It was just incredible.
We're leaving the Kogi village now.
Headed up to the mountains, see how far we get.
The Sierra Nevada throws everything at you. There's mud, there's rocks, it's super steep.
The one thing that I've been told is how quickly and frequently the weather changes here.
I always made sure we were walking that I had my rain jacket super easily accessible right on top because the rain comes out of nowhere.
The rain here is like nothing I've ever experienced before. It's warm rain, but it just beats down from the sky.
Today's been really tough, pretty steep, uphill, uneven terrain all the way, and the altitude's definitely having an effect. It's gorgeous, just hoping to beat the rain today.
We climbed over 10,000 feet in 3 days through a multitude of climates and different ecosystems.
It was just like one foot in front of the other, plodding along for hours and hours and hours, and it was exhausting.
It looks like that is camp. Whew. Pretty excited to see that. We have a big day today, big push, so we're getting up nice and early to get an alpine start.
It's 4 a.m. and we're headed for the Sacred Lakes. 2 hours, 2,000 feet. We're just about to lose the moon. Pretty sure our lakes are just over that ridgeline.
The landscape on the way up on the last day is entirely different to where we'd started. It was almost desert-like and desolate.
We made it up to the Sacred Lakes. Absolutely beautiful, and in the background we do have some of the snow-covered peaks there, the Sierra Nevada. It's a pretty awesome way to end our multi-day trek over here.
When we first arrived at the lakes, Edison took us down to the shore and explained exactly why it was so sacred to him and his culture. The reason for that is because the water is the life of these mountains that flows down and keeps their villages and communities alive.
I'm pretty happy to be up here and just have some time to kind of chill and reflect on what it means to be here.
It's pretty spectacular. It's definitely worth the walk. We didn't expect to have company today, but a few of the Kogis have actually walked up behind us and they're going to lead us through a ceremony in a minute, which will be quite an experience.
He brought us through a ceremony when we were up there that is traditional for them. You use this local plant that is very similar to cotton and kind of put all of your negative energy into that and then leave that up in the lakes. It was very cool to kind of actually really feel like we were shedding some of the just other energy or baggage that we've been carrying.
This is not something that I will remember in 10 years. This is something that I will remember in 50 years and for the rest of my life. I feel incredibly inspired by the way that the Kogi people live and the lesson that they are trying to teach, that we should care for each other and care for the planet far more than we have been doing.
Sometimes to get to amazing communities, you need to go through some insane environments, and so the trek up there was definitely worth it to be able to meet such great people and see the land that they're so proud and protective of.
Hey guys, Faith and Mark here.
Those Sierra Nevada mountains were brutal.
Want to see the gear that got us from deep in the jungle up to 15,000 feet and back?
Click here or here.
Want to learn more about the Kogi people? Click here.
Well, we're off to our next adventure now. Hit the subscribe button to follow along.